Ladies and gentlemen, we have updates on Abigail, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and Your Monster, a brand new film from Melissa Barrera. Today's update video revolves a lot around the actress Melissa Barrera, so I'm dubbing today's update the Melissa Barrera video. Let's get into it! Welcome to the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel. My name is Sam Carpenter, and today we got a big update on a bunch of upcoming horror flicks. Starting off with the brand new radio silence feature that stars Melissa Barrera called Abigail. We just learned about its world premiere, and a bunch of new pictures have just come out from the film as well. The world premiere for Abigail and the upcoming Cuckoo will take place at the Overlook Film Festival in New Orleans, Louisiana. This is Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillette's follow-up to the widely successful Scream 6 from last year. It'll be premiering on closing night of the festival, April 7th, and I envy anyone who gets to see this bad boy early before its release on April 19th. This is a little unrelated, but I thought I'd mention it. They're also showing Oculus for its 10-year anniversary. That's a film from Mike Flanagan that I think is so underrated. If you have not seen it, highly recommend. Super creepy, super scary, and it stars Karen Gillan, so I love everything about it. But getting back to Abigail, we do have some brand new stills from the film, a lot of things we've already seen in the trailer. But these new pictures do have me theorizing something really interesting about Kathryn Newton's character, Sammy. So real quickly, here are a bunch of the brand new stills from Abigail. Stuff we've mostly already seen from the trailer. Abigail looking super scary here with those nasty teeth. All of our kidnappers standing here, hanging out in all black. Maybe even this picture of Kevin Durant, probably about to be Abigail's next snack. My favorite picture of this entire release, though, is Melissa Barrera covered in blood here. This is its own subgenre at this point, and I want 100 more movies that look exactly like this. The most interesting pictures to me are all these shots of Kathryn Newton covered in a bunch of gunk fighting Abigail, which could potentially happen after this sequence where she's thrown into a pit of bodies. Now, I have an entire theory about what's going to happen to the character of Sammy. I have a lot of proof that would suggest I'm at least 90% of the way there. So if you want to avoid these potential spoilers, you can check out this little timestamp at the bottom. Just scroll ahead in the video and check out the next update. Based on how many characters are covered in blood in a lot of these stills, I do believe that not all of our characters are going to make it to the end of this one, very similar to Ready or Not, another film from Radio Silence that Abigail looks a lot like. My guess is that we're going to get a fake out death with Kathryn Newton. She's going to be bitten by the vampire but persists and lives. She's even gonna turn into a vampire herself. We have some hilarious proof of that too from the trailer itself. There's a quick flash of Kathryn Newton where she appears to have fangs in her mouth. She's also doing a crazy little Megan dance in that sequence too. So basically, to sum all of that up, what I think is going to happen here is that Kathryn Newton is going to turn into a vampire, be under the spell, like probably be under Abigail's control or whoever her father ends up being, Dracula. But then we could see some kind of crazy big third act pivot. Once again, this is the part of it I don't have figured out, where somehow she's able to take control of her vampified body and defend herself and possibly Joey, who may be the only one still alive, against Abigail. I think that's what's gonna happen, but this is just a theory, a movie theory. Regardless of what happens in Abigail though, I am unbelievably excited for this movie and I highly look forward to it. Anything that Radio Silence touches usually ends up being gold. They have yet to miss, in my opinion. All of their movies are incredibly consistent. And y'all know that Melissa Barrera is gonna give another killer performance. On top of Abigail, Melissa Barrera also has another movie coming out this year, a horror film at that, called Your Monster. The film, which is said to be a fresh horror take on Beauty and the Beast, just got acquired by the company Vertical. It comes from Caroline Lindy in her directorial debut based off of a short film she made in 2019. It premiered at Sundance to very positive reviews. Expressing excitement over her movie being picked up, Lindy says, "I'm beyond thrilled to collaborate with Vertical on the release of Your Monster. Their strategies and commitment to innovative distribution aligns perfectly with our movie, and their passion for film and desire to support my first feature means the world to me." The Sundance crowds were incredible, and I'm excited that more audiences will soon have a chance to see Your Monster in theaters and beyond. The plot description for the film reads, "After her life falls apart, soft-spoken actress Laura Franco finds her voice again when she meets a terrifying yet weirdly charming monster living in her closet." It's apparently a movie that meddles in various different subgenres like horror, comedy, romance, and even musical theater. It makes sense why Melissa Barrera would be cast in the lead role of this one, considering she's a really good singer. If you guys haven't seen In the Heights and the only exposure to this actress you have is the Scream movies, well, you're missing out, dog. My guess is we'll probably see this one in late 2024 or early 2025. No release date is available as of yet. Regardless, I'm very excited to see this one just based off of the stills. It looks gorgeous. And we have an actual real update on I Know What You Did Last Summer, the requel. During an interview with Collider, Leah McKendrick talks a little bit about her script. Nothing too crazy, but something. And we got something to base an idea off of what this movie is going to be about. Talking about her script, McKendrick says, no spoilers, but I will say that I think if you're an OG fan like me and you, I think you're gonna be happy. I think you're gonna get it. At its core, I think it really reckons with some big ideas about hero and villain, right and wrong, how your skeletons come back to haunt you. And in the age of the internet and the age where fame is such a revered concept, the creation of TikTok and social media, who is Julie James in a world where there are no secrets anymore? I already feel like I'm saying too much, but I think at its core, if you watch the original, I obviously watched 8 million times while working on it, but it's fun. It's just a popcorn wild ride. It's campy at times, Jennifer Love Hewitt is so hot, Freddie Prinze Jr. is so hot, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Ryan Felipe, they're so gorgeous. It's like beautiful people behaving badly. You just can't get enough of it. There's a lot of that in this film. While that quote doesn't necessarily give us anything specific about the upcoming requel, sequel, whatever the hell it's gonna be, there is a lot to dissect here. What I'm getting from this is that McKendrick is telling an updated version of the I Know What You Did Last Summer story, where social media and TikTok exist. It's a lot harder to get away with murder nowadays when everyone has a camera in their pockets or anyone can message anyone in the world, like literally right now. In all honesty, the internet is kind of scary because it's so powerful. She also seems to be focusing on the popcorn fun element of the original too, which I think is really important. I think that's what makes these late 90s, early 2000s slashers stand out, is they're so much fun. My only big criticism of the original I Know What You Did Last Summer that I'm hoping they improve here is just having a better twist. It feels like a lot of story elements are tossed aside to focus on what McKendrick is talking about here, beautiful people behaving badly. That is a huge aspect to this story that I think they can improve upon here. I'm once again gonna make the point that if you're gonna continue a story, if you're gonna make a new sequel in a brand new franchise, especially one like this where it has that whodunit feel to it, give us a reason to watch. You know, don't just bring these characters back to bring them back. Give me another layer to the story that previously wasn't available. I really hope that this movie is able to deliver that. That's like the most important thing to me. Whatever it ends up being though, I just hope it's better than I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, which is just a objectively bad movie. What the heck happened here, man? And how does Melissa Barrera relate to this update, you might ask? Well, something I've been thinking about lately is what if they cast her in this movie? How big of a middle finger would that be to Spyglass and Scream if they were just to snatch up Melissa Barrera and put her in this movie as like a pretty big role, maybe not a leading role, because obviously this is a legacy sequel, but give her a side character role or something. That would be so cool. Be prepared, I am going to lobby hard for this in all of these I Know What You Did Last Summer updates. That would be so cool. So what do you guys think about all these horror updates? What was your favorite? What's the thing that you're the most excited about? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching these brand new horror updates. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror movie updates like this. Please consider supporting me on Patreon as well if you want to support this channel further. You can do so by clicking that link in the description below. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.